Yo, what is going, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Fallout 4 full playthrough. Today I'm making my way towards Diamond City. When we left off, I believe, was with Paladin Dance and the Brotherhood of Steel. That's still in the air. I haven't decided if I'm joining them or not yet. But we're just going to clean up this little mutant encounter that, you have beforehand. And at the entrance of Diamond City, we actually meet this woman named Piper. She's a little bit of a character. I don't really like her too much, but she runs the news outlet for the town. She absolutely lies on our name so that they actually open this giant gate you're watching move up now. And I just tell her to go ahead and go in first. But we're not too far behind her. And as we enter, we meet Mayor McDonough, Donahue, Mayor Mayor McD. And Mayor McD, he's not too jive to see her back. He doesn't really fuck with her either. So him and I have that in common. Literally nothing else. Um, But yeah, I mean, she does a little. I'm sorry, it kind of cracks me up the way she talks with her hands. I gotta give her that. Um, but yeah, we have this little spiel, and long and short of it, I tell this man, hey, I'm here. I'm looking for my son. Bro kind of got stolen. He was like, well, don't blame the Institute. This woman here, this radio woman, she constantly blames the Institute. It's not the Institute. I'm not gonna spoil too much for you, but as we find out later, it's kind of the Institute. Anywho, we just continue this little bit of monologue, and I spent a little bit too much time here indulging myself in like them talking about my baby boy Sean, this, that, and the third, yada yada. Doesn't really matter. Um, I believe immediately after this, I get some supplies, slight upgrades, nothing too major. Um, and then we make our way towards Valentine Detective Agency. Now, when we arrive at Valentine's Detective Agency, I actually have such a major problem keeping my sticky fingers to myself, and I actually kind of dethrone this entire area of anything that would be craftable and within what I'm looking for. Um, at which point I then talk to Ellie, and she kind of lets me know about Nick's situation. So Nick Valentine, who is the Valentine behind Valentine's Detective Agency, isn't here right now. He's actually caught up with the Malone gang, specifically Skinny Malone. And she ends up asking us, hey, I miss my beautiful synth husband. How about you go find him? Um, I also fail like every persuasion attempt in this video, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I built into charisma, hoping to have dialogue options be a big part of this playthrough. Foolish of me. It seems charisma is possibly the best thing you can dump stat because none of my fucking attempts fail. Or pardon me, none of my attempts pass. They all fail. But yeah, that closes out Jewel of the Commonwealth, and even so, like I'm on my way out the door. I can't even stop myself from going upstairs and stealing more shit from them. I really don't know where this came from. I think I just had like a moment of really bad kleptomania as I entered this agency. But nothing wrong with it. Moving back into town, I noticed this little issue we have going on, a little commotion on the street. And I see one brother, as I attempt to pickpocket him, pointing a pipe pistol at his other. And I mean, this shit is bad. They are thinking he's a Sith from the Institute. Security's telling him to stand down, and he refuses. He then gets turned into the most instantaneous strawberry preserves I have ever seen. I then go and find this homeless man. His name's Sheffield. And, he really wants a soda. So, we give him a little soda, and this is actually the easiest time I've ever had, getting indentured servitude. So, long and short of it is, in exchange for me giving this man a simple soda, something that costs maybe like $2.27, something like that nowadays, he just decided to work for me. Um, Jumping forward a little bit, I'm looking for Valentine, but it's not going to be enough. I see this bright red light, and in Fear Ivette's on it. Yep, that is a super mutant suicider. Explosions are the absolute bane of my existence, it would seem. After such a death, we are rerunning the same area, and I take a slightly different path, but I stop here to show you that I got this legendary freezing laser musket. This thing slaps. It carries us through a majority of the next couple missions at the very least. Where I'm at voiceovering this is a little different than where I'm at in terms of what I'm recording. but I don't know. I feel like this voiceover thing kind of works. I think I'm going to start recording my audio during the gameplay as well and kind of ref off of myself and bounce back and forth in the future. So let me know what you think of that. After dealing with a lot of the local inhabitants and wildlife, come across this old burial grounds, and right next to it is the way we were meant to go to find Mr. Valentine down here in the subway station. We meet some triggermen, which, you know, they're kind of like your Tony Soprano mafia mobsters. I know other Fallout games have more representation for like Italian things like that, but this one surely doesn't. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is a lot of just bullet hell moving down towards where they're holding Valentine. They decided that they're going to keep their hideaway inside of Vault 114, this old retired vault that they've used as kind of like an operations ground, which is very cool. So, you know, we make our way across, and as we work through, find a couple more encounters. I give this guy the old Skyrim guard treatment and take his kneecap out, and with that extra level, put it in a locksmith. Moving further, we find Dino, or maybe Dino. He is the one who's kind of like trash talking Nick Valentine, who is my husband. So after two well placed shots, we go up and see that he as well has become a jar of strawberry reserves. Putting that code into the terminal, we actually get in here. We get to talk to Nick Valentine, and he kind of gives us the long and short about like his time here, what has happened, and how we're gonna get out. And he's like, you know, we'll help you find your son, but first you gotta help me get out of here. And on the way out, we run into none other than Skinny Malone himself. There's kind of like this Wild West dialogue for a bit, and I'm gonna let it transpire. And as it does, I'll just be silent. I'll watch it with you, and then I'll come back in once the combat starts.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your two-timing dame, Skinny. You ought to tell her to write home more often.
Oh, poor little Valentine. Ashamed you got beat up by a girl. I'll just run back home to Daddy, shall I?
Should've left it alone, Nikki. This ain't the old neighborhood. In this vault, I'm king of the castle, you hear me? And I ain't letting some private dick shut us down now that I finally got a good thing going.
I told you we should have just killed him! But then you had to get all sentimental. All that stupid crap about the old times.
Darla, I'm handling this. Skinny Malone's always got things under control.
Oh yeah? Then what's this lady doing here?
Darla, listen to me. You have a home to...
Don't you try to confuse...
But yeah, after yet another failed persuasion attempt, I kill her first. Out of pure pettiness. She wasn't even really the threat. Probably the full auto people were. But yeah, Skinny Malone just kind of gets handled by Nick Valentine, myself, Dogmeat, and this one random fella. He pops up every once in a while. He's cool. So we go back, I speedrun the little interview with Piper, get that quest out of the way. Nothing but like 117 XP, some shit like that. And we just kind of bounce forward. We go to the detective agency. Ellie actually thanks me for saving Nick, gives us a fedora, a trench coat, and 100 caps. Only one of those three things was actually worth it for me, and I'm sure you're able to tell which. But we keep moving forward. We have technically our second interview of the day. This one is with Nick Valentine himself, and we kind of cover over the details of, you know, what happened, what was taken from us. And as we're walking out, you know, he hits his little one-liner, and we make our way all the way to Kellogg's house, which is locked, and god damn it, he can't break in, I can't break in. So I go to the mayor, I'm like, sure, you know, we'll get this little key. Piper's here for some reason, I throw a little sass her way.
What are you doing here, Piper?
Nuh-uh. Not until it's in print. You can read it if you are done.
Like every other attempt, it fails. I then fail a persuasion attempt on the mayor himself. I try to bribe him, does not work. There is no real outcome, so rather than continue to use words that have failed me this entire series, I do possibly the smartest thing I've done this whole playthrough. I sit outside of the door crouched, I pickpocket him after saving, and I take his key. I didn't have to use any save loads, but I was fully ready to. Anywho, we make our way back to Mr. Nick Valentine, who, for some reason, he's smoking a cigarette outside of Kellogg's house. Now he's a synth. Synths don't have lungs. Like, I guess they have some breathing apparatus, but they don't need to. You know what I mean? Anyway, we make our way into Kellogg's house. I find an absolute assortment of goodies, and the pack rat in me just can't help but mash X and look everywhere. Um, I mean, I took everything in this man's house, and I swore that mannequin moved after. Later on, we spend a little level up. This one, I believe, goes into, I think, awareness. I'm pretty sure. It's like that's awareness, so I get a little bit more info on their weaknesses and shit. But after finding Kellogg's house as well as the secret room with the stash and shit, we end up going on a little bit of a fetch quest to go find out his current location. Um, Dog meat kind of leads the way, and there's a couple like things we pick up, be it bloody drags or cigars for him to smell. And he kind of just like he really pioneers the way for us forward. We run into a mini boss fight, and let me tell you, I absolutely hate these overgrown wannabe Charmanders. They take hella damage, and they do not give a fuck what you hit them with. Like this fight sped up. I'm using a 4 crank laser musket. Don't matter. Don't matter. Vats, of course, the fucking mysterious stranger won't come help me. I get grappled up a little bit, slammed, smacked, lose a whole arm for it. But, you know, we keep going, we keep fighting, kind of looping around, and, you know, we win this encounter. After a failed attempt at VATS, I just ADS, boom, and that's it. Flash forward a bit, we're talking to the Assaultron that Kellogg seems to have dismantled. And, you know, finding this last bloody drag, we give it a dog meat, and we find the exact area they are in. So, first off, entrance into Fort Hager. You know, there's some turrets and shit. We tend to just shoot those out the way. We enter the main gate, which is completely blocked off, sandbagged, and cinder blocked, so we find a alternate entrance in. And after a little turret warfare and even some synth warfare, because, you know, they can try, but no one will ever equate to Nick Valentine, my husband. We actually run into Kellogg at the end of all this. And we have a little bit of a chat here, a little western standoff. I'll just let it play.
Let's, talk.
Enough!
Lady, Sean's a good kid. So maybe he's not quite a baby anymore, but he's doing great.
God damn it, you mercenary mother...
What's the cliche? But don't worry. You'll die knowing he's safe.
The Institute?
God, you're persistent. I give you credit. It's the way a parent should act. But I think we've been talking...
Oh, I'm ready. Question is...
Now, you see, I think I definitely should let dialogue play out, because what a shitty fucking experience that must have been for y'all. Anywho, after absolutely taking a grenade to my right and dropping the 2 synths that are with him, I start looting, and I keep getting shot. I don't know why I think it's safe, but I can't seem to find where he's at. So after dying to a invisible floating gun with a grenade behind me, I finally wisen up. He's taken his stealth boy. This game does in fact involve technology. So after killing Kellogg and giving Nick Valentine a little shot of steroids, we actually go onto his computer and we find more information about Sean and where he resides. I then put that next point into Gun Nut Level 2, find the Brotherhood of Steel's giant blimp, which is kind of cool, to be honest. Like, this some aura, you gotta give it to them. As much as I hate them, or at least think I hate them, we got some drip. This actually might talk me into fucking with Paladin Dance a bit more. But after seeing their aura off, we move forward, and, you know, Kellogg's dead. Piper and my husband actually talk, and this is like a meeting of 2 horrible minds. Not really. She's an investigator in some way. He's an investigator in an actual, like, being an investigator way. So they kind of get along. And they both just kind of give me the same information on the Institute, finding, you know, basically how to get this information, and that we should use parts of Kellogg's brain to look, you know, at his memories. We'll get into that, but first we stop by Sanctuary. Mama Murphy asked for a chair, and I decided she would make a great guardswoman. Then we head over to Good Neighbor. I meet Finn. He kind of gives us a hard time, but Hancock, you know, you'll see.
You trying that, what do you call it? Evasive language on me? And who are you, huh?
Your mayor, Finn? I said let her go.
You soft, Hancock. You keep letting outsiders walk all over us. One day, there'll be a new man.
Come on, man. This is me we're talking about. Let me tell you something.
And I mean, absolutely London's this man up, bro. Chefed him the fuck up. Beef Wellington, filet mignon, he's cooked. This white woman with blonde hair decides to then make me jealous about how she talks about my man, Nick Valentine. Forget the whole pre-war husband thing. That was 200 years ago. This isn't even cheating, really. And we just progress down. We get to talk to Dr. Amari. Or Amani. Amari. And, you know, she implants this neurological device inside of both Valentine. And not really myself, but I do sit in this chair. And this starts the path for us to go to go look at Kellogg's memories. Rather, though, I think I'll end this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.